Okay, so I believe we can get started. Hello, everyone, again. I hope you're all as excited as we are for today's webinar. We actually would like to give the others around 2 more minutes to join us. But while we're doing so, we would like to get to know our audience a little bit better. So if you're comfortable doing so, please take a moment to share where you're joining us from today. And to participate, just type your location in the pod that should pop up on your screen right now. Whether it's a city, state, country, just feel free to share. So I'd like to mention that we also have an international team that is joining us today from different locations like Poland, Georgia, UK. Oh, great. I see so many answers in the poll. They are London, Spain, Italy, Belarus, Portugal, Minsk, Uzbekistan, Turkey. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. Yep, thank you. So it's always fascinating to see the diversity of our audience. Actually, I think we can already start what we're here for today. So hello, everyone. Today, I am delighted to welcome you to our RPA webinar today. My name is Olga, and I will be the host of today's event. So in the world where digital transformation is more critical than ever, RPA is becoming a real game changer for businesses across the globe. And I would like to mention that RPA isn't just a fancy trend. It's a technology that enhances efficiency, reduces errors, and also enables employees to focus on tasks that truly matter. So, whether you're already familiar with RPA or completely new to this concept, we hope that you will find our webinar material valuable today. Now, I'd like you to meet our speakers, technology leader Alexei, lead business analyst Nadya, solution architect Ilya, and as I mentioned, my name is Olga, and I'm a project manager here at Itransition. And today we will provide some valuable insights into RPA from both the business analysis and solution consulting perspectives. Also, at the end of our webinar, we will have a Q&A session. So I really encourage you to engage with our speakers as we move on with our webinar and type your question in the chat, and we will make sure to address them at the end. So without further ado, let's dive in with our first speaker, Nadya, who will kick things off. So enjoy the webinar.
Thanks, Olga. Hello, everyone. Okay, well, before we start, I would like to know our audience a little bit better, and I will ask you to answer a question, how familiar you are with RPA at this moment. So please choose one of the options that is most suitable for your knowledge about RPA at this moment. Okay, I see. Well, I see we have diverse audience. Well, yeah, some are familiar with RPA already. Some know what it is, but haven't worked with it, and there are still some who don't know what RPA is. Okay, well, it's actually good. It's exciting that we have a diverse audience. I believe the content of our webinar will be useful for everyone. But for those who don't know what RPA is and what these robots can do, I will give a short overview just in a few slides. So let's start with the definition. RPA, or Robotic Process Automation, is a technology that uses software robots to automate repetitive rule-based tasks performed by humans. The main feature of this technology is that it can emulate the actions that people do with the interface and mimic how people work through the process, such as inputting data and accessing different systems. So the typical tasks that RPA robots can perform would be filling in forms, transferring data between applications that are not integrated with each other, sorting, moving, and deleting files, sending emails. With the help of OCR, RPA bots can detect text on pictures and scan documents. They can extract it and transfer it to the systems. Robots can also chat with users and reply to their requests in a predefined way. What's important to know about RPA and speaking about the value of this technology, this is a low-code technology, and this means that the development is based on ready-made platforms. Thanks to that, the development cycle in RPA solutions is relatively short. It's much shorter than the one when you start the development from scratch. And thanks to that, we can expect quick return on investment because you have your solution working really quickly. RPA robots are very productive. A robot can work 24/7, and it will never complain about this. Another thing to mention, speaking about RPA value, is the processes optimization that can be a positive side effect of automation, because no automation starts without prior processes standardization and optimization. Like moving, to the next thing about the value. There is still many companies who keep performing their operations manually. They have a lot of legacy systems, and it's difficult for them to start digital transformation. And keeping the things the way they are is still an alternative, and RPA is not an only option. But here on your screen, you see some statistics on how RPA turned out to be beneficial for those who already began their automation journey. As we mentioned, it is a low-code technology, and you have your solution fast. And 72% of executives report that return on investment happened within the first year. RPA also makes the employees more productive because they do not need to spend their time on mundane and not interesting tasks. RPA significantly improves the output of the processes. It improves because robots do not make mistakes when they perform routine operations. So it minimizes the manual errors. This is a short overview about what RPA is and what's its value. But you know that they say it's better to see once than to hear multiple times. And now I'd like to pass the floor to Alexey, our technical lead, and he will show you a short demonstration of RPA bot in action. So Alexey, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Nadia. So in this video, you will see how the process of getting the basic information about company can be automated with UiPath forms and UiPath robot. Here is the form, where you need to input information about the company you want to check. As a first scenario, I will add the name of one company into the form. To initiate the check, I will click search. After that, the bot will go to gov.uk website, will find this company, collect the information about it, and show it to me in the form. For a few seconds, you see how the gov.uk website was opened by the robot in the background. In this demonstration, we use it as a source of company information, but it can be any other database or website, or even a bunch of them. Here is the results of our check in the form. The robot collected basic information such as office address, company type, and date when the company was registered. Also, if this information is available, robot also downloads the latest full account file, and you can open it right from this form. As a second scenario, let's imagine I have several companies I need to check. I can import the list of them in Excel file, and all of them will be added to the list to be verified. I'm initiating the search, and you can notice that the robot opens several browsers at once and performs all the company's information search in parallel. The bot is configured to perform multiple tasks at the same time to speed up the process. And just in a few seconds, the job is done. And now you can see all the information returned to the form. Also, there is an option to export it in required format. The bot has already sent the summarized check results to my mail address in Excel file. Here is mailbox, and this is the file with basic company's information I requested. So, thank you. I give floor Ilya, our solution architect, to tell about signs that you need RPA and how RPA can work with other technologies.
Yes, thank you very much, Alexei. So, how to understand that you need RPA? Following signs often mean that your company might get a lot of benefits from implementing robotic process automation into its processes. First of all is a high volume of manual operations, where qualified employees spend a lot of time to perform the tasks that can be described by standard rules and do not require high cognitive decision-making, or where you have dedicated employees or even outsourced teams who perform manual operations. Second is inconsistent infrastructure across team branches, where, for example, there is a branch of systems, so the data where is stored, and you need to transfer the data between them manually. There is a core system, but still manual operations are required to bring the data into it. And finally, there are external systems that need to be synchronized with in-the-house infrastructure. And process inefficiency. For example, imported reports are delivered late because creating them takes a lot of time. Workflows are confusing and established procedures are not always followed. And KPIs are affected by the errors and inaccuracies discovered in the data. RPA can help with all of that. Let's see where you can use RPA. Robotic process automation is used in enhancing customer experience by establishing communication through automated and intelligent forms, by contact center automation, by processing of application claims, license permits, etc. It is also used for automating various internal operations, such as finance, accounting, human resources, IT, operations services, many others. Technology enhancement activities, such as system legacy integration, enhancing system functionality, data verification validation, are other spheres where RPA is employed often. Data and analytics, another area benefiting from RPA, in activities like data mining, automated data reporting, performance monitoring. And finally, RPA is used in audit and control operations, such as operations compliance, regulatory compliance, data privacy and security, transaction review, many others. Now, you see, RPA doesn't have to work in isolation. RPA can be part of complex automated solutions that include business process management tools. BPM can be used to set up process steps, to communicate with robots, and to orchestrate the work between robots and humans. Integrations with any system and technologies is possible. RPA, as I repeat, not an isolated solution. It can be smoothly integrated and work together with other technologies through APIs or even user interfaces with systems like enterprise software, cloud-based platforms, legacy systems, and to enable usage of those in the process. Finally, our unicorn, artificial intelligence. Combination of RPA and AI unlocks new possibilities for enterprises everywhere. RPA technology now makes it possible to add advanced AI skills in the form of machine learning models, natural language processing, character recognition, image recognition, generative content into the automation solutions. Giving robots this AI skill vastly expands their ability to handle cognitive processes that require, for example, understanding documents, including semi-structured or even unstructured data, working with screens, visualizing them, including virtual desktops, and comprehending speech and carrying on human-like conversation chats. Robots also can be configured to use machine learning models for automated decision-making processes, bringing AI deep into day-to-day operations. Now, let's have a closer look at one of our case studies. This is an example how a complex solution with RPA and other technologies was built. Global pharmaceutical company approached us because they wanted to automate the process of medical dossier due diligence. A dossier is a set of more than 300 documents that contain all the information about the medicine. And there are strict regulations from health authorities that define the structure and the content of such documents in a dossier. Existing process of manual verification was taking too much time, and the routine with repetitive tasks and cross-document checks left a lot of room for human error. We built the solution based on different platforms integrated with each other. We used Innate as a BPM platform, like mentioned before, where all the steps of the due diligence process were configured. And the steps in the process were performed by both humans and robots, with Innate orchestrating work between them. To perform checks on the dossier structure itself and content, we used UiPath robots, as for locating separate paragraphs in tables and documents and extracting data from them. And for more complex checks, where it's required to analyze the structure of documents, we used machine learning models. For example, where it was required to locate molecular formulas and ensure that they're correctly formed and their molecular mass, also mentioned in the document, is not miscalculated. Overall, this project illustrates exactly how RPA combined with other technologies can provide a highly efficient and accurate solution to automate processes. By integrating different platforms into one well-structured system, we were able to create a process that makes document due diligence more efficient and minimizes chances for human error. Now I pass the microphone back to our other speakers, I believe Nadia.
Yes, thank you. Now let's speak about how you actually make you move in the RPA direction. First, as with any other project, you need to set the goals. From the experience we have, the companies often have in mind one or several from the following goals. First of all, this is obviously cost reduction. RPA minimizes the need for manual work in repetitive and rule-based tasks, leading to reduced costs for performing these tasks. The robots can do manual tasks performed by several people or even entire teams. And RPA bots will allow to businesses to scale their operations without significant additional costs. Another goal that you might achieve is process optimization. No automation starts without prior processes standardization, and RPA takes part in standardizing process workflows. It ensures that the process is executed consistently according to the predefined business rules, and this results in improved process accuracy and more streamlined workflows and operations. Being a non-invasive technology, RPA can become the first step in digital transformation initiatives. It enables organizations to modernize their operations without significant infrastructure changes. Starting with RPA, you establish the foundation for the adoption of the modern technologies and also promote the culture of continuous improvement and innovation in your company. The last but not least, RPA can significantly improve employee experience. With RPA handling routine and mundane tasks, employees can focus on tasks that require human decision-making, creative thinking, problem-solving skills. And this not only optimizes resources allocation, but simply makes the employees happier. And now let's find out how to choose the processes that are suitable for RPA. The first thing that I'd like to mention here that it is crucial to understand what processes you have in the company, in the department where you want to start RPA adoption. So as a prerequisite for automation, business unit leaders would need to prepare a list or the backlog of the processes that the company has with high-level description of these processes. And when you have this list prepared, you start taking a close look at each process and define if it's a good candidate for automation. And when you do this, you have two things in mind. These are complexity of automation and the benefits you will get when this process is automated. If we speak about the complexity, the factors that affect it are the number and the type of applications involved into the process, the type of input, if it's something standard from tables and forms, or if it can be free text, like, for example, from emails. The number of alternative flows that might appear in the process depending on some events, if the decision-making is required, and if the decisions that need to be made can be defined by straightforward rules. So all of this affect complexity. As for benefits, here we look at cost savings, productivity increase, reduction of errors, and improvement of the quality of process results, increase of the key performance indicators, increase in flexibility, and being able to respond to increase in process volume. And when we defined the benefits and the complexity, we can use this diagram that you see on the screen. It is called automation quadrant, and it is used to prioritize the processes for automation. So the processes that have low complexity and high benefits fall into the category that is named quick wins. High benefits and high complexity give us must-do improvements. High complexity but low benefits are long-term improvements, and both low complexity and benefits are low-hanging fruit. And when you prioritize the processes, you want to start the automation with the quick wins category. After that, you move to must-do improvements and low-hanging fruit, and only after the three other categories are automated, you take a look at long-term improvements. Also, I'd like to mention here that defining the complexity as high and low and benefits as high and low is a really simplified way. And in real life, there are tools that allow to calculate an accurate automation score for each process. And with the help of those tools, you can carefully prioritize your processes and build an automation roadmap. And now here, you can see the examples of the processes you can automate. These are the processes that often fall into the quick wins category, and they exist basically in every enterprise. So the examples are accounting with the invoice processing, payroll calculation, reacting to customer requests and complaints in customer support. There is a lot of work for robots in recruiting and human resources, starting with the searching for right candidates and processing CVs, and continue with the onboarding process and employee data verification in different systems. In legal departments, a robot can analyze documents by defined rules and make sure that they are regulatory compliant. So here you see the processes that you might want to take a look at in the first place and consider them for automation. Now let's dive into the approaches on how you can start the discovery of the processes. Basically, there are two options that you can approach the discovery. These are in-depth discovery, where you take a close look at each of your processes. You analyze them, calculate the automation score, prioritize them, build an accurate automation roadmap, and only after you have all the priorities settled, you start with the automation of the processes with the highest priority. So this is more like a waterfall approach. And another approach is more agile. This is an ongoing discovery. And with this approach, you start with the identifying your major pain points, like those processes that you want to automate in the first place. It's often not difficult to find these processes, and most companies prefer to follow this approach. And here you start with the automation of these pain points right away. But at the same time, you keep analyzing what other processes you have, and keep building and completing the automation roadmap while you already have some automations developed or even working in live. And speaking about the benefits of ongoing discovery, they are quick value, because you have your solution live faster and your major pain points are treated right away. But at the same time, it allows you to continuously improve your automations, and this might be the existing ones. You might want to adjust them or increase the coverage of these automations, or this can be new processes for automation from your automation roadmap. And now I would like to pass the word to Alexey. He will speak about the team that you will need to do the RPA development and about RPA development lifecycle.
Yeah, thank you again, madam. When you start adopting RPA, it's crucial to find a group of people who will be leading this initiative in your company. This can be a group of dedicated specialists or even one representative driving the RPA program in your company. To begin RPA activities, it's essential to find RPA leader in your company. The RPA leader is responsible for identifying areas for automation, bringing into the process the right subject matter experts, overseeing the successful development of RPA initiatives, managing stakeholders' expectations, and providing expertise in RPA technology. Also, in the beginning of the journey, RPA lead is meant to provide basic RPA education for business unit leaders and other employees to get people familiar with RPA technology and the initiatives in the company, and also engage them into the participation of those activities. So now we speak about RPA lead, but what about other team members? Normally, RPA team consists of the following roles: RPA lead, subject matter experts. It's a person who deeply knows the processes performed in the company before automation, how processes performed in the company, and will transfer this information to RPA lead and business analyst. Business analyst is a person responsible for understanding and documenting how process worked before and should work after automation. RPA developer. As we said before, RPA is low code, but it still needs configuration, setup, and so on. And this person will be responsible for it. And also in team should be a QA engineer, person who will perform testing your automation. So it's important to find RPA leader in your company. The other roles are often outsourced to the RPA development companies, but also can be performed in-house. Next, when you select the process, let's speak about what usually happens next. I would like to guide you through common implementation cycle. It consists of three main phases. First one is analysis. It includes all activities for understanding and documenting how automation should work from business side and from technical side. The second phase is implementation. This phase includes all activities for developing, testing, and deploying your automation. When your automation go live, the last phase starts. This phase is called post-launch support and includes such activities as employee training, hypercare support, performance and efficiency monitoring, and also, if it will be needed, some automation updates. And so now, Olga, I would like to give floor back to you to tell what next.
Okay, thank you so much, Alexei. So at this point, you might wonder how exactly to make RPA happen. And the beauty of RPA is the flexibility that it offers, so you can tailor your approach that can suit your organization's unique needs and resources. So basically, there are two approaches that you can follow. And the first one is starting RPA on your own. So in this case, you will build your own center of excellence with all sorts of RPA specialists within your IT department by yourself. You can also go with the second option, which is partnering with RPA experts. And in this case, you can choose to either fully or partially outsource RPA functions to an external vendor. And this way, you will benefit from having an RPA partner by your side to guide your automation efforts, at the same time building your own center of excellence. And Itransition has broad experience implementing RPA following different approaches, and we will be happy to assist you in starting your RPA journey and help your business to experience all the benefits of RPA adoption. We are ready to provide a full range of RPA consulting and development services, as well as hypercare and support when your automations are already live. So we invite you to contact us and share your ideas for automation, and we will be happy to implement a free proof of concept project, which will help you understand RPA capabilities based on a real business task. So thank you so much for your attention. I believe it is time for a Q&A session. I already see a couple of questions in our chat, which is really great. So let's start with the first one. So the first question is by Mary. So can the automations be done only with the UiPath platform?
Well, I believe this is about the demonstration that we made.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think I'll be able to answer that. Short answer is no. We specifically work with many RPA technologies, including but not limited to UiPath, Automation Anywhere, recently Power Platform. We chose UiPath just for this demonstration, but it was only a mere of choice. Basically, if you want to work with specific technology, we can see our possibilities and choose something that suits you more.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you so much, Ilya. And thank you, Mary, for the question. So we have another question about the demonstration. So the question is, when you send a list of several companies for the robot to check, it opens several browsers at once. I'm wondering, will it open 100 of browsers if it gets 100 companies to check?
Well, let me pick up this one. Well, the thing is, the robot would work the way it is configured to work. So if you tell it to open 5 browsers, it will do so, or 10, or whatever you will configure it to do. So the important thing, and what we wanted to show here, is that the robot is able to perform several tasks in parallel, and we can define how many tasks this will be. And another thing that I want to highlight is that not only it can perform the similar tasks, like checking the different companies on the same website, database, but this actually can be completely different tasks. So let's say with one hand, it would check the basic information, and with another, it would process invoices. So this is the thing that I want you to understand.
Okay, thank you so much, Nadia, for your answer. And Paula, thank you so much for your question. So we have one more question about AI. So the question is, speaking about AI, generative AI in particular, do you have any use cases of it working together with RPA? If yes, can you provide the examples?
Again, let me jump in. And firstly, again, shortly answer, yes, we have several cases where we worked with generative AIs, specifically OpenAI through API. Some of our use cases used it to classify incoming emails or to extract so not well-formed information from it. UiPath, for example, has out-of-the-box integration solutions, and if not, we can build our own and widen them. So, yes, and yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ilya, for your answer. And again, thank you for the question. The next question is related to the role of RPA lead. So according to our experience, what type of a person should handle this role, a techie one or a business one? And do they need to have the expertise in RPA?
I think it's question for me. Let me go.
Yeah, you covered this part.
So from our experience, often the people with some technical background, or at least with the understanding of technical aspects, cover this role. But mostly they are more involved into the business in their current position. About expertise in RPA, so it will be hard to guide and lead this initiative if you don't know at all what RPA is. But you don't have to be an RPA developer or have deep knowledge of the technology, but you need to have the understanding on what it can do. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alexei. And we have one more question that is related to the hypercare. Basically, the question is, what is hypercare? So let me jump in here. So I would say that hypercare is a specific phase after a software release. So I would call it a monitoring phase during which our development team provides some extra attention and assistance to ensure that the application that has just gone live is stable and that the user experience is great, both for you and maybe your users. Again, thank you so much for the question. And we have one more message. I would say it's not a question, but yeah, like a comment. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing your email address. So if we have any opportunities, we will definitely reach out to you. Thank you for this. And actually, this is the last question in the chat. Yeah, it's the last one. So yeah, I believe this is it for today. So thank you so much for being part of our webinar. I also like you to remind that if you'd like to try RPA in action, please contact us. Do not hesitate. You can see the email on the screen. So yeah, hope to see you again. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and listening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.